Hey guys, Paul Morrow here again, doing a big news recap for Wednesday, 1 October. Here we go. So, hope you caught some of it. I was on both the 5 and the Gutfeld show tonight. It was a lot of fun being on the air with the gang. But one of the things, obviously, we're talking about is the government shutdown and who's at fault and what the issues are. Now, I want to make 2 points: the PR point and then the substantive point relative to the public relations point. The Democrats have a real charisma deficit here. What do I mean? Well, despite the fact that they own the legacy media, and they still do, the legacy media just doesn't have the juice that it used to. And between the apps, social media, and Fox News, along with some other networks, the right gets its message out these days. And the bottom line is you're talking about Donald Trump versus Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. There's no contest there. Trump wins that going away. Trump is penetrating on this. He's breaking through. The Republicans, from what I see, seem to be winning this argument, and they should. That's the public relations point. Let's go to the substantive point. Substantive point, it's about health care. The Republican position is that the subsidies that were put in, emergency subsidies that were put in for health care as part of Obamacare during the COVID emergency, need to disappear now because the COVID emergency is over. The Democrats say no, keep them permanent. Now, as I said on the air, any entitlement, once you give it to somebody, you can't take it back. They lose their minds, and that's going on here. But the Republicans are right. It was supposed to be temporary. It should be temporary. We can't afford it with $37 trillion in debt. I'm paying more than for my health care than I have in the past, and I'm getting old. But you know what? You got to do it. That's what it is. Otherwise, the whole country is going to end up like Europe, which is broke and overrun. But I think there's another point that needs to be made here. Part of it, the Republican point, is that we're paying for health care for illegals. And let them say, no, that doesn't happen. Of course it happens. It happens all the time in blue states who then charge the federal government back to get that money. And I can just tell you that birth tourism is an international industry. People come from China, the Caribbean basin, they come here, they have the baby, they get the prenatal care, they get the postnatal care, and now they have a citizen. Goes on all day, every day. I've seen it up close. Lastly, a report came out today in the New York Post that boggles the mind. They're saying as many as 50% of the Somali immigrants in Minneapolis, which is reportedly a number as high as 100,000, have engaged in immigration fraud, including Ilhan Omar. And you're going to tell me that they're all paying legitimately, especially when it looks like they engaged in tens of millions, maybe billions of dollars in COVID fraud. Investigate that. Get that money back and get them out, including her. Because the law's the law. Yeah, you're in Congress, but you lied to get here. You broke our law. You're not here legitimately. That should happen. I'm Paul Morrow for the Ops Desk.